Okay, good evening, everyone. I'll call the meeting to order and thank everyone for their patience at 6:50. And we have a few guests that I'd like to welcome. But before I do that, I would just like to do a land acknowledgement. We respectfully acknowledge that the Windsor Regional Hospital occupies the traditional, ancestral, contemporary lands of the Nishnawbe, Ishkodwin, and Anishinaabeg, the Three Fires Confederacy, Ojibwe, Odawa, and Potawatomi. We acknowledge the land and the surrounding waters for sustaining us, and we are committed to protecting and restoring these lands and waters from environmental degradation. So with that, I would like to start with the president of the Windsor Regional Hospital Auxiliary, Heather Preston. Thank you, Heather, for joining us, and thank you for everything that you do for Windsor Regional Hospital. And we also have John Jelinski, and he's the president of the foundation, so thank you, John, for coming. And we also have a special guest, the CEO of Alzheimer's, so Sally Bennett, welcome, and thank you for joining us as well this evening. So thank you. So we'll start with the verbal reports, and first up is Karen Riddell, our acting president and CEO and CNE.
Thank you. Just put my eyewear on so I can see. Well, I had good afternoon written down on my speech, but I've changed it to good evening, so let me just clip on my microphone. So thank you for joining us today for the annual general meeting. So as Patty mentioned, I'm Karen Riddell. I'm the acting president and CEO, filling in while David is on secondment at London Health Sciences. So I'm very honored to present to you today the report for fiscal 23-24. So this year has been a real testament to the strength and resilience of our team. We navigated significant challenges, but we also celebrated many noteworthy achievements. And I'm proud to share some of that journey for you because we would be here well into next week if we covered all of the details. So as everybody is aware, we faced a regional criminal cyber attack this past year that really tested our systems. But we also, on the other hand, at the tail end of that, achieved stellar results, receiving exemplary standing designation from Accreditation Canada. And that's the second consecutive time that our teams have received that recognition. So that was a real win on the tail end of our Code Grey. So what I do want to focus on tonight is just the highlights from our past year. I don't want to focus on the Code Grey. We'll hear enough about that over the course of the next number of months. So what Windsor Regional has been able to do this year, we've introduced several sophisticated technologies that enhance patient care. Our surgical teams, for example, implemented an endoscopic ultrasound machine, which is one of the most sensitive methods available for staging both cancer and benign disease. And we performed over 88 procedures already by the end of 23-24. So we're looking forward to doing many more of those in this fiscal year. In addition, we required an ENT navigation system, so ear, nose, and throat, that significantly improves the accuracy and efficiency of our surgeries. Our Windsor Surgical Center also performed over 4,000 cataract procedures, providing crucial eye care to our patients. Our diagnostic imaging teams installed new 3D mammography units, a new 3T MRI scanner at the Met campus, upgraded 3 nuclear medicine cameras, and improved our PACS and SIVA systems, which is how we do our image storage. Thanks to our provincial government support, we expanded our pediatric diversion program operating hours to 7 afternoons per week. We've diverted over 1,300 pediatric patients from our emergency department and we complete over 100 follow-up appointments each month for those children. Our medicine teams have launched a senior-friendly initiative that includes a polypharmacy project, an antibiotic stewardship program, and has formed a mobility committee. They've also reduced iron infusion wait times by 50%. I think that had something to do with Dr. Saad's prescribing habits also. But anyway, we'll move on. And also integrated an ED pharmacist into our code stroke response team, improving our door-to-needle time for stroke treatment. That wasn't too easy. I couldn't avoid it. We also initiated new strategic partnerships with our community partners. We launched our nurse police team this past year. where our emergency department nurses, mental health nurses collaborate with our Windsor Police Service members to address addictions and mental health crises in the community. And this program has prevented hundreds of emergency department visits by providing care and support to our patients in the community, and has garnered not only local and provincial attention, but also international attention. We've also partnered with the Windsor Family Health Team to introduce an award-winning oral health program for our inpatient mental health patients. That initiative has significantly improved oral health, facilitated early cancer detection, and really established a new standard for care for our patients. Our patient family advisory committees, comprising over 50 members now, have led numerous improvements, including the development of a NICU peer support program, the planning of a successful preemie clinic event, as well as providing important feedback on virtual care adoption, many policies and procedures, service recovery for patients, just to name a few. They are very, very busy. They are providing us with so much valuable feedback. And really changing how we do service provision at the hospital. So we really appreciate the amount of time that they spend to help support us. With substantial support from the provincial government, we've implemented a new, a third MRI, I should say, as a trailer right now, but we are moving ahead with installation of the actual third funded MRI in September of this year. And then we will be replacing our other MRI at the Olette site with a brand new 3T. In addition to the new MRI installations, of course, you'll have probably all seen, if you drove down Kildare, the construction of our fourth LINAC that started. And of course, with the announcement in this past week, we are moving forward with the construction of our new cath lab at the Olette campus. So we've been waiting for that for many, many years, as everyone knows. Our Windsor Regional Hospital Foundation and our Cancer Center Foundation have contributed millions of dollars towards much of our new technology and patient care equipment. I just want to highlight, these are just a few of the things that we've been able to buy with the foundation's support over the past year, including cinema vision for our MRI suites. And if anybody's had an MRI and knows what it's like to be inside one, these are like goggles, so kids and adults alike can watch movies and other things while they're in the MRI and be distracted from not only the racket that's going on in there, although it's a lot quieter now with the new technology, but also are distracted for longer exams. We've purchased new equipment for our NICU and other vital resources, such as software we need for radiation treatment, patient beds, and of course, funding support for not only research, but education. We've continued our focus on creating a dynamic workplace culture through initiatives such as our Evolved Security technology that we've implemented in our emergency department for detecting threat of weapons. And we've expanded our workplace wellness program that offers emotional, spiritual, and physical activity opportunities throughout the community for both our staff and their families. We continue to benefit from provincial programs such as the Community Commitment Program for Nurses, the SPAP or Supervised Practice Experience Program, and the Windsor Regional Extern, well, it's not the Windsor Regional Program, it's a provincial one now, but there is an extern program provincially. And this has helped us address recruitment and retention, both with nursing as well as other allied health professionals. And just a little plug from a nursing perspective, because we've been using these initiatives longest, is we're under a 5% vacancy rate with nursing. And that is a historic, I don't think it's been less than 5% since I started. What about you, Rosemary? You've been here longer than me, so. Has it ever been less than 5%? I don't think so. We've also expanded our research footprint very significantly over the last couple of years in particular. We currently, and you might not realize this, we have 123 active research projects on the go at Windsor Regional Hospital. We've received over 13 grants and awards in the past year and had 15 publications. There's been significant progress and a lot of really hard work that's gone into the research office and the amount of research that's going on and the academic focus of our professional staff and our employees in the hospital. So that's something to be really proud of, I think, for our community. And it's really put us on the map, I think, with regards to the work that we're doing here. I won't reiterate what we've been talking about a lot lately, but of course we're going to continue on with the work of our new hospital project. We made a lot of progress over the past year, and we've built many strong partnerships with our First Nation and Indigenous communities to ensure that that hospital is a welcoming and safe place for our patients and visitors. So all that being said, you might ask what's in store for this coming year. So we have lots of exciting projects and advancement on the horizon. Some of you will have participated in our strategic planning that we started just in June. So we've had two very successful events where we did our initial review of our mission, vision, values, completed the SWOT analysis, and now we're in the process of working on our strategic directions and initiatives, and we will be presenting that to the board in September. We're going to be continuing, obviously, a lot of work with Brandon and his team on the new Windsor Essex Acute Care Hospital project, and we'll be kicking off, hopefully in September, our new cath lab project and starting the installation of our MRI unit at the Olette site. We're also working on implementing a centralized intake system and developing our local stem cell transplant program, and continuing, of course, to expand our research initiatives and strengthening collaborations with regional and provincial partners. Take a breath. So all this work, moves forward thanks in no small part to the generous financial contributions of many of our supporters. So I do want to thank the Windsor Regional Hospital Auxiliary for their ongoing commitment to supporting us. Much appreciated. Not only managing our Met Campus gift shop and supporting the operations of our Olette Campus gift shop, but we are very grateful for their efforts. And I think just a little later in the agenda, we'll have our much needed check contribution. So I do want to thank you ahead of time for that. In addition, I want to thank our Windsor Regional Hospital Foundation and the Windsor Cancer Center Foundation, our partners that work with our community to help raise vital funds that we need to support medical equipment, research advancement, and staff education. So I'd like to thank both the foundations as well as our donors and the community who support them and us for our needs today and tomorrow. Of course, none of our achievements or goals for this year would be possible without our employees and professional staff, our board members, and the community. And I'd like to extend my deepest gratitude to our employees and professional staff for their resilience, dedication, and exceptional care, our board members for their strategic guidance and support, our community for their trust and engagement with Windsor Regional Hospital. And he's going to miss it because I saw he was here. I thought I better include something. I actually had it in before I knew he was coming. But lastly, to our past president and CEO, because 23-24 was still, of course, under his leadership. So I would be remiss not to thank David Mouget for leading our organization through a very challenging and also successful 23-24, and also having the confidence and trust in me to temporarily take over the helm as he supports our regional partner, London Health Sciences. So that being said, we look forward to another year of growth and achievement as we continue to strive for our vision of outstanding care, no exceptions, and our mission to provide quality, person-centered healthcare services to our community. Thank you. I did it all without coughing.
Thank you, Karen. And now we have Dr. Saad, Chief Professional Staff and VP of Medical Affairs.
Thank you, Betty. So, Karen and I have been getting along very well until that swipe about the IV iron. So the gloves are off. Actually, could I have my phone, please? I was timing Karen because I timed David last year. The over-under on David's was 25 minutes. Yours was 10, and you went over. Just saying. So, and also Karen did another thing, and she took a lot of the thunder away from me earlier and then right now, but that's okay. I have enough to talk about. That will be okay. So this past year obviously has been very challenging for the professional staff along with everybody else, particularly with Code Grey. The one thing that came out of it, because everybody obviously talks about the negatives of Code Grey, was how everybody came together, and we are much more resilient than we think. I've done many interviews talking about how we recovered from the pandemic and how COVID knocked everybody down and we came back stronger for it. And I think the same thing is happening with Code Grey. So it speaks volumes to the strength of our team collaboratively. In talking about some of the subcommittees for the Medical Advisory Committee, one is the Wellness and Retention Committee. This was developed even before COVID-19 to try to improve both the retention and the recruitment of our professional staff. We have, under Dr. Gupta's leadership, a peer-to-peer program that has just been developed over the past year. It's training our own professional staff members to help each other. It's been very well received. We now have over 10 of our own professional staff that are helping to train other professional staff and to help with recruitment and retention. Over the past year, we've also developed a professional staff portal that's unique in a link that's accessible both externally and internally within the organization, a go-to place for professional staff to access all of the resources that they need, not just for the practice of medicine and professionally in the hospital, but also to help with some of the extra stressors that go along with practicing medicine. In partnership with the Professional Staff Association, Karen had mentioned earlier that we had our inaugural Professional Staff Awards event, which was very well received. We're hoping to continue to do this annually. And some of the award winners, some of you heard, some of you didn't, so I'm going to repeat them. Lifetime Achievement Award went to Dr. Mike Coughlin. Newcomer Award to Dr. Rosie Laschuk. Spirit of Medicine Award to Dr. Margie Chevalier. Excellence in Research Award to Dr. Caroline Ham, and the Educator of the Year Award to Dr. Junaid Youssef. The other subcommittee of the MAC is the Academic and Research Committee. We, as Karen mentioned, have 123 active research projects across Windsor Regional Hospital, divided up between chart reviews, interventional studies. Some of them are national and some of them are international trials that we're participating in. And as of this year, right up until this point, 2024, we're on pace to exceed last year's grants, awards, and publications by at least 50%. There is a web page dedicated for research as well, so anybody in the organization who's interested in doing a research project can go to that website, click on a link, and it'll direct them and give them the resources they need to get their project off the ground. And even if it's just to discuss with somebody from our research office to see what opportunities there are available, people have been using that resource very well. In terms of recruitment activity for our new professional staff, in 2023, we onboarded 39 new professional staff. 37 of them were specialists, 2 were family medicine and associates. And so far this year, we've recruited in the 6 months the same as we did in the previous year. We have over 35 professional staff, 29 specialists, and 4 family medicine specialists that are all in active recruitment. So again, on pace to exceed last year's numbers by at least 50%, if not doubling professional staff recruitment. I would like to thank the MAC subcommittee chairs for all their hard work, specifically Dr. David Adekoya, the chair of credentials, Caroline Ham, our chair of research and academics, Dr. Jason Meadows for his chairing of the utilization and quality, Mark Chevalier, our chair of retention and wellness, and Alex Sopralis, our chair of pharmacy and therapeutics. And finally, a big thank you to the executive team. Obviously, a lot of what we do as professional staff can't be done without the leadership and help from them, and especially Christy with the modeling that we always need. She always says we need in order to move inpatient models around. But I do thank everybody. We work so well together, and I think it's a great team and it's a wonderful team, and I'm very appreciative. Thank you.
I didn't tell you, but I'm sure I won.
You won in time.
Well, Dr. Saad, we'll let you go first next year. Okay. So similar themes, but I do have just a few comments, and I'm only 3.3 minutes, Dr. Saad. So again, good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. On behalf of my fellow board members, I'm honored to be here this evening to applaud the Windsor Regional Hospital team for their incredible accomplishments this past year. Looking back on the 23-24 fiscal year, we can once again look back with tremendous pride and not only the commitment to quality care and compassion that drives Windsor Regional Hospital employees, professional staff, and volunteers every day, but also their continued ability to do so in the face of constant challenge. As we all well remember, the 23-24 year followed several years of global crisis and concern from the COVID-19 pandemic. The Windsor Regional team rose to the challenge of caring for our community in the midst of this frightening time in the lives of our patients and family members. And the lessons learned from this period in our history will continue to serve us well into our future. The team worked through the constant high and rising demand for healthcare services alongside stretched resources in our system. Working in partnership with the provincial government and our community, we've strived to pass through every potential barrier with the right investments and program service implementations that kept the patient at the center of everything that we do here. And on top of everything, we dealt with a shocking criminal cyber attack that disrupted the flow of electronic information and forced staff to step up once again to meet the challenge of caring for our patients in the midst of unexpected turmoil. And despite all of the challenges, Windsor Regional Hospital emerged from another year of turbulence and into an accreditation process that Karen mentioned that resulted in a second consecutive exemplary standing recognition. Well done, Windsor Regional. As we look forward, we know that the experiences and challenges of the past several fiscal years have only solidified the resolve of our Windsor Regional Hospital team to ensure patient care is not compromised, despite the issues that arise. I know that the strategic planning phase that is currently underway will provide an excellent opportunity to lay out a future roadmap for our hospital that is innovative, thoughtful, and compelling. Thank you to our tremendous roster of more than 4,200 employees, nearly 600 professional staff, and 500 plus volunteers. Our community thanks you for your dedication and commitment to outstanding and compassionate patient care. Thank you to our government for continuing to support our efforts to invest in services today and for the new state-of-the-art hospital infrastructure of our now not too distant future. Thank you to our many community partner organizations who collaborate with us to ensure our healthcare sector is collectively meeting the needs of our citizens. And thank you to you, the board members and my board, and the leadership here at Windsor Regional Hospital for continuing to stay on course despite the many challenges and obstacles that have come our way. Thank you also very much to the auxiliary and the foundation. We just had a very long conversation and we have lots of work to do, and we look forward to doing that together. I'd like to say a special thanks to Karen. Change is never easy, and Dave's secondment to an important role assisting our neighbours in London fresh into this new fiscal year was just the latest challenge for the organization. Just as we knew she would, Karen has stepped in and stepped up to demonstrate her enormous skill and experience in making a smooth transition as our acting president and CEO of the organization. I know that Karen will give much credit to the team who is very deserving around her, but I want to acknowledge, along with my fellow board members, our tremendous gratitude for her stellar performance in her new role. Thank you to everyone, and we look forward to a successful and rewarding 24-25. So we did have David on the agenda, but unfortunately David articulated that he may not be able, he was not coming. He did do a sneak preview prior to this. We do have a gift for David. I have a gift for David that I have asked Steve to make sure that we will give it to him. It is actually a picture of the entire Windsor Hospital regional team that came to the Chamber Award to accept and celebrate the Believe Award. So wanted to make sure he hangs it somewhere prominently in London so he can aspire to have the A team there like he has here. So we will make sure that we get that to him. So thank you, David, for everything that you've done for us. And now we have the Treasurer report and approval of the financial statements. And I believe, Anthony, that is you.
Do we want to do the check?
Oh, yes, sorry. Yes, we will do the check presentation first. Yes, no, thank you, Anthony. So I'd like to call Heather Preston and John Jelinski up, please. And I believe Karen. And I'm not sure, John or Heather, if you have anything you'd like to say. Come on up. Do you want to do that first, John?
Yeah, sure.
Heather? I just want to make sure everybody can hear you.
I have a loud voice as a teacher. I'll be short and sweet within my 10 minutes. I just want to say how proud I am to be a part of the auxiliary. And we have a very small staff at the gift shop. There's only 10 of us, and it's only because that my staff works very hard that we're able to keep the shop open 7 days a week, although we only do 5 hours. But they are wonderful people, and they deserve to be acknowledged. Also, Faye Gillespie and Lucy Braddocks were also instrumental in helping us to raise this money this year. So I thank you very much for inviting us tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Heather.
All right.
Thank you. So thank you, Patty, for that wonderful introduction. And on behalf of the Board of Directors of the Windsor Regional Hospital Foundation, I thank you for inviting us to be part of your annual general meeting. Windsor Regional Hospital Foundation exists to support the growing needs of our hospital. And the allocation of these funds supports all programs within the 2 campuses. The foundation would like to extend a heartfelt thank you to our community and our donors for believing in the power of philanthropy and doing their part to help ensure our hospital is equipped with the best state-of-the-art equipment that is not funded by government dollars. Highlights from this year's investments include the purchase of vitally needed medical equipment, including a linear array EUS scope and for our endoscopy program, ResMed Stellar 150 ventilators, and a GlideScope Go unit for the ICUs. The foundation also supported an increase in tuition assistance, specifically targeted toward nursing staff, with transitions from RPNs to RNs, which assists with human resource shortages. This year also has seen a significant support to build capacity within our research office, thanks to the ongoing support of Drs. Tafor and Amara's Research Excellence Fund. The foundation continues to work towards the foundation's 5-year plan, which includes support for a brand new Da Vinci surgical robot in collaboration with the Windsor Cancer Center Foundation, support for the Olette campus's cardiac cath lab redevelopment, a $100,000 per year payment to the hospital to support the WeSpark Health Institute, and future support of the new Windsor Essex Acute Care Hospital. I personally, on behalf of the board, want to extend my thanks to David, to Karen, to the entire staff of Windsor Regional Hospital, its board of directors, for their commitment to our community and our patients. Special thanks for me to Christina Nacarado, our executive director, and the entire foundation team for their hard work and the work with all our wonderful donors. The foundation looks forward to continuing to strengthen our partnership with the hospital as we collaboratively work in support of the transformational healthcare project for our region. Our foundation, our hospital, and our community are so grateful to all who show support and believe in our mission of outstanding care, no exceptions. At this time, and on behalf of the board and staff of Windsor Regional Hospital Foundation, it's my honor to present Windsor Regional Hospital today with a grant of $2,372,000 in support of the vitally needed medical equipment, staff tuition, and research needs. Thank you.
So everyone can see it on camera.
Absolutely. I'll have you hold that one. This one's heavy, so that's, yeah, there we go.
I go on either side?
Can you see it?
You need us a little
Right
further.
there? Okay, Ron, you go ahead. Okay, beautiful. Let me get one, guys. Smiles for me. There we go. Beautiful. Thank you guys.
Thank
That's all I
you.
need.
And Heather.
Appreciate it. Awesome.
Heather, don't go away too fast. I wanted to say thank you so much, and again, we are so very grateful and thankful for everything you do. Thank you. Oh, yes. Okay, thank you. Before we do Anthony's report, on the agenda, I just want to approve the previous minutes of June 22nd, 2023, which was the 29th annual general meeting. This is our 30th. So if I can ask someone to please, thank you, Lori and Genevieve, any questions, comments, amendments, deletions? Okay, seeing none, all in favor? Perfect, those minutes pass.
KPMG conducted a comprehensive audit of the hospital operations for the fiscal year ending March 31st, 2024. The Finance and Audit Resource Committee met with KPMG multiple times to discuss the audit plan, materiality, and emerging industry trends. KPMG issued a clean audit report confirming that the hospital's financial statements accurately reflect the financial position, results of operations, and cash flows for the year ended March 2024, in accordance with Canadian public sector accounting standards. The hospital generated a surplus of $2,058,000 and a positive hospital margin of $10,214,000 for the fiscal year ended March 2024. I want to extend my sincere thanks to the audit, or the first KPMG, but really I want to thank the accounting and finance team here at Windsor Regional Hospital. They've done a tremendous job this year under trying circumstances. Who knew that, you know, accounting was going to be so difficult? But with the code gray, everybody take a shot of water. I think there's a game going on right now. But seriously, the amount of work that they had to go through to put the financials together and get them together for this date is monumental. They did an exceptional job under very trying circumstances. So thank you to all the staff and all of the departments that came together to get those done. It wasn't just accounting. Everybody actually had to pull up their socks and do a lot of work to get things approved, cleaned up. So thank you. With that, I will ask for acceptance of the March 31st, 2024 financial statements.
Yeah, seconder. Cindy, any questions, comments? All in favor? Wonderful. That's awesome. And then now we just have the confirmation of appointment of auditors for fiscal 24-25.
I will make that motion.
Thank you. Okay. That's okay. So Anthony's making that motion that KPMG be confirmed as auditors for Windsor Regional Hospital for fiscal 24-25. Would someone like to second? Thank you, Chris. Any questions, comments? Okay, all in favor? Perfect. That motion carries. Thank you. And now we have the ancillary motions, ratification of all the 23-24 acts and proceedings of the Board of Directors of Windsor Regional Hospital. That all of the acts and proceedings of the Board of Directors of Windsor Regional Hospital for fiscal year 23-24 be accepted. Mover Paul, thank you. Seconder Mary Dawson, thank you. Any questions, comments? Okay, all in favor? Wonderful, that motion also carries. The corporation bylaw amendments. The motion before you is that the corporate members' proposed amendments to the bylaws are hereby ratified and confirmed. A mover, Ian, thank you. Seconder, Cindy Bissonette, any comments, questions? Okay, seeing none, all in favor? Wonderful, that also passes. And now we have the elections and confirmation of directors and appointments of professional staff to the Board of Directors. So the motion before you this evening is that the following persons be elected to the Board of Directors at Windsor Regional Hospital for the first year of a 3-year term until the annual meeting of 2027. Those before you are Paul LaChance, Genevieve, Laura, Ian, Mary, and Nadine. Any questions, comments? Sorry, can I have a mover? Cindy, thank you. Neela, seconding. Okay, any questions, comments? All in favor? That motion carries. Thank you. The next is that the following persons be confirmed to the Board of Directors of Windsor Regional Hospital for the second year of a 3-year term until the annual meeting of 2026, which is myself, Neela, Chris, Cynthia, and Jamie. Can I please have a mover? Genevieve, thank you. Seconder, David, thank you. Any questions, comments? All in favor? That passes. Thank you. And the last and final one, that the following persons be confirmed to the Board of Directors of Windsor Regional Hospital for the third year of a 3-year term until the annual meeting of 2025 is Dr. Freeman, David Mallion, and Linda Stewart. So can I please have someone pass that? Neela, thank you, and Paul, thank you. All in favor? That motion passes. Thank you. And that moves us to the confirmations of the Board of Members' acknowledgements that pursuant to Article 4.03 C4 of the bylaws, the following persons be elected to the Board of the Directors of Windsor Regional Hospital for the second year of a 2-year term as immediate past chair until the next annual general meeting in 2025. I think this is a life sentence. I'm not sure how long, Anthony, you've been. Probably shouldn't say that on camera. We probably want to erase that part, but can I please have someone move that? Laura, thank you. Seconder, Linda. Any questions, comments, concerns? Seeing none, all in favor. That motion passes. Thank you. And then we have the motion that the following persons be appointed to the Board of Directors of Windsor Regional Hospital on the authority of their positions reflected herein for the 24-25 year. Ms. Karen Riddell, Danielle Soulier, Dr. Meher Zayouni, Dr. Wasim Saad, Acting President, CEO, well, I think everybody knows her title, so I won't go through those. So those are the 4. And David Mouget is there as past President and CEO, ex officio, non-voting. Laurie? A second, making that motion. Cindy, thank you. All in favor? That motion passes. Confirmation of the committee membership, that the following 15 committee memberships be confirmed for a 1-year appointment until the annual general meeting of 2025. There's the quality of care with Joe, Joseph, Ryan, Amen, Wes, and Carol. Finance and Audit Resources Committee, Anna, Dwayne, Trevor, Robert, Mark, and Catherine. And the HR Subcommittee, which is Natalie, Kashif, and Jody. So can I please have someone move that? Linda, thank you. Seconder, Chris, thank you. Any comments, questions? All in favor? That motion carries. And board member acknowledgements, I think we've done most of those, so I don't think there's anything there left. And then the tentative date of the 2025 AGM, so everybody can put it on their calendars, currently Thursday, June 26, 2025. Again, I appreciate everybody being so flexible and allowing us to move the date, considering everything that we had to do because of the cyber attack. So thank you for making that change. It is much appreciated. So, so now I will ask for an adjournment and that the 13th Annual General Meeting of Windsor Regional Hospital be adjourned. David, thank you. And Ian, thank you. All in favor?
We missed the bylaw amendment motion.
Yeah, I thought we did it.
Did we do that? We did.
Yeah.
But I missed it. Sorry.
Okay. We're just being quick, trying to make up time, Ian. Okay. Okay, perfect. So We got a motion and a seconder for the adjournment. All in favor? Perfect. So the 30th Annual General Meeting is adjourned. Again, thank you, and thank you for making the change, and thank you for coming out. We appreciate it.